Happy Mindful Monday, everybody. I wanted to come to you today with a topic that a lot of you have probably already kind of been dealing with or struggling with, and hopefully it'll be helpful. I wanted to talk a little bit about time management, specifically talking about, the different ways that you can manage your time, the different strategies that people use. Not everyone's the same, so not everyone is going to have the same strategy that works for them. But I wanted to give you the options so that you can kind of understand what some of them are and use them a little bit more. Because being mindful of your time, prioritizing your time, and making sure that you have time for yourself, that's truly the most important thing, especially during this time when everyone's at home a little bit more. It's harder to get some time for yourself or get some space for yourself. So there's 3 strategies that I wanted to go over today when it comes to managing your time. The first one is going to be, if you're someone that doesn't really interact very well with time, you don't really see time very much, and time can just kind of get away from you, or you get super focused in on something and you just lose track of time a lot. Putting together a time block might really be difficult for you. It might be extremely hard for you to follow and just know when one block is ending and the other one's starting. For people like that, sometimes it's a little bit more to prioritize your activities and surround them with events that occur in your day. So planning and managing your time surrounding major events such as breakfast or lunch or dinner, or if you have a meeting, getting something done before or getting something done after, starting a project after a meeting, or finishing a project before a meeting. Those types of things, they really help you utilize events in your day to help you make sure that you're getting all of your things done. Now, if you're someone that does not have that issue, you just have the issue of you don't feel like your time and your days are structured, but it's not that you don't really see time or you don't interact with time very well. It's just that you have trouble structuring your day. That is probably going to be meaning that you would react better with the other 2 options. The first option is for you to time block. A lot of people have heard about time blocking, know what that is, where you're blocking off specific times in your day for specific activities, whether it's work and then working out and then your home time for your family, whether it's blocking off your time for specific tasks within that. But 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, I'm going to be doing my presentation that I'm working on. And then, 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock, I'm going to be working on responding to emails or something like that. But you're blocking off the time that specifically works best. What I've noticed that works the best for that is making sure that you have it all in one central calendar, one that you can access from your phone and from your computer if you're doing a lot of computer work, and one that you can set alarms to that will remind you, oh, this is coming up. Oh, you have a meeting in 30 minutes with blank or in this place. And ways for you to just have it automated. The more automated you can make it, the better. And the more similar you can make it from week to week, the better as well. Because if you know instinctually, because of repetition, that typically you wake up, you work out, then you shower, then you go to work, and then the first thing you do at work is going to be your emails. That day is going to structure a lot easier, and it's going to be way more consistent, and you're not going to have as many hiccups because you know exactly what to expect. So that's one great way that you can use a time block, and the hardest part is beginning that habit. But if you really try and make it kind of week in and week out look pretty similar, most people can't make it be exactly perfectly the same, but you can get a general theme. And what you'll notice is if you kind of just look at the past month of what you've been doing, there's going to be some similarities along the way. And so it's easy for you to make sure that you block off the big priority things that need to happen, that happen on a regular basis, and make sure that they happen and that they're in your calendar and that you block them off in your day so that they do actually happen. The other option, number 3, is going to be having a time budget. So just like when you're putting a budget together for your money, for your finances, you start with what the total is. So you look at your day and you say, I'm going to be sleeping for 8 hours of my day. That gives me 16 waking hours in the day. If I know that I'm going to be working 8 hours with an hour lunch in there to make it 9 hours, and I know that I have to travel 30 minutes to get to work, there and back is going to be 30 minutes, so that's another hour tacked on. That's all 10 hours. That means that I have 6 hours to myself that I can work out, have family time, cook my dinner, whatever, go for a walk, meditate, whatever it is. But if you cut down your budget like that, and you know exactly how many hours you can start off with, exactly how many hours you're going to have left over from certain things taking out of your budget, you can actually allocate that amount of time to whatever activity you want to do, and make sure that you're not overestimating how much time in the day you have. A lot of the time people will think to themselves, oh yeah, I've got plenty of time for that, and then what ends up happening is they don't actually have that much time to dedicate to that one task, and giving that much time to one task then has to take away from another task, and they don't realize that. If you were given $100 and you went out and you spent $70 on a really fancy dinner, now you're going to be left with $30. You can't go and buy something that's worth $50 when you just spent 70. It's not going to add up, and you're going to figure that out when you show up with your wallet with $30 in it and you try to pay and you don't have the $50 necessary to purchase that item. Same thing happens with your day, except a lot of the time it's just poof, okay, oh well, I can't do anything about it now, it's all gone. So the key to the budget is staying in front of it. So if you know that you want to dedicate 4 hours to this, 4 hours to that, 8 hours to that, is that going to impact your ability to get that all done if you only have 16 hours in your day? Well, yep, you can do it. You have 2 more hours. Okay, great. But sometimes we overestimate and we overdo it, and we actually don't have that much time left in our day. The other part about the budget, the time budget, is that you can really realize not only that you're overspending, but maybe that you're underspending. Maybe you are looking to work out more, and you set up your day and you realize, oh, you know, typically I have 6 extra hours in my day, but I spend all 6 of them, or I spend 5.5 of them watching Netflix. So I've been telling myself I don't have the time to work out, but I actually do have the time, but I'm not spending that time on working out. What do I need? I need probably an hour and 15 minutes for me to work out and shower and all that stuff. So, okay, that means that I only really have a time budget of 4 hours and 45 minutes for Netflix. Cool, all right. Well, hopefully you're not watching that much TV on a regular basis anyway, but if that was the case, that would give you the signal that you're over budgeting your time somewhere, and you're under budgeting it somewhere else that you would like to spend more time. So it gives you the ability and a little bit more of the mental authority for you to cut back on certain time spending and increase certain time spending in the areas that you need. So those are the 3 different tactics that you can use, the main ones for time. Obviously there's going to be more that are out there, but those are the top ones that I've seen that have been successful, and hopefully you can figure out which one will work best for you. I'd love to hear your feedback, hear any stories about which ones work best, or when you tried it, kind of what happened. But it is a little eye-opening because a lot of people assume that they don't have a lot of time in the day, and when you really break down those hours and look at it, especially when you do your time budget, it's eye-opening to see how much time you really do have. So I suggest that you try it, give it a go, and give me any feedback that you have. I hope that this was helpful. Hope that you have an amazing rest of your week. Try that time budget out, and I'll be seeing you later. All right, bye for now.